No, we need to listen to Royal Blood. I haven't listened to Blood in a while. Are you about to stream?
There we go,
Alright, man,
bro.
peace out.
Oh, you're not gonna join this party, bro? Look at this, dude. Look at this shit. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck you too. Jerk. No. Ugh. Fine. Damn, this is all trippy as fuck, dude. Look at that.
Oh, come on.
It fails.
Try to be badass. There we go.
Nope. You failed, dude. You failed. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
See you this weekend.
Alright, see you this weekend, bro. What is up? What to do? What to do? Just got like, I don't know what is this. Is this. That's it. So yeah. Have fun with this. I don't know. I was bored, so this has happened. It's just this. I know what you're thinking. It's like, what is this? Well, it's this. What else can I say? Okay, enough the cringe. Let's at least get like some black and white or something. That would look a little better. Oh, Venom, dude! Wow, I'm surprised. Wow, it's been a very long time, sir. And I have a new hat. As you see, I have a new hat. So, wow, you're high as fuck. Well, wow, you're having a better day than I am. So, okay, well, let me join you on that charade. But it has been a little too long. Like, there's been a few streams where we've actually have like conspired to be like, what? It's like, where's he been? Where's he been, boy? You're right here. Hit the bong. I gotta finish loading it, dude. I was like halfway doing it, and I was bored, and decided to do this, and yeah. So, hey, you know I'm going to Iceland in like less than a month now, so this is my winter hat. It's my hat that I'm gonna use for the winter while I'm out there. It's actually really warm, but it is a little tight on my head. I have to wear it like this, or else it just constricts my head. But that's okay. Chilling with my new girlfriend. That's awesome, dude. I assume that things are going good with y'all. To be honest, I started the stream with a low battery, but staying at 7%, so I'm thinking it'll probably just stay consistent there. Or go down very, 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 very slowly. Or increase in power. I don't know. We'll find out. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, today, plugging into a charger, it is. It already is. Don't worry, I'm one step ahead. One step ahead. I'm hoping that it'll just stay at a steady pace and we can just chill here for a while. I'll probably do one later anyway, but I just got like some shit that was straight up stressing me out, dude. And oh my god, it's terrible. Like, so I'm sure you know about like the FAFSA shit, like for that college students can apply for or whatever. Their website was just bullshit. Their website's just bullshit. They like, not only did they upgrade like the site, it was just like it was already like fucked up. Like there was weird connection issues or whatever, and oh my god, man, it was like becoming like a damn near mental break on my head, dude. It was like am I not gonna be able to go for this term because FAFSA? I guess I can't pay for it. I mean, I was like this close to being like, screw it, I might just do that, but I was like, nah, that's just not gonna be a good idea. So I just stopped myself before that ever happened. So, I mean, I'm just glad that I got the thing signed. Now I just have to go to the financial aid office and go from there. See if there's another step I need to do to make sure it gets processed properly. So, that'll be tomorrow's goal. I have to go grab a check and, I don't know, do a little bud re-ups. You thinking about moving to Washington or Alaska? I would say Alaska, but if you want to have a chance to meet with me and shit, I would say Washington, dude. Like, I'm assuming with your girl, right? Want to see UFOs or Bigfoots? Hey, like, honestly, either of those states would probably be good. Washington, I feel like if you want to experience a Bigfoot, Washington sounds a little better. Alaska might be because it's far more open and sparse humans, but I don't know. It's a little bit different, at least temperature-wise in the climate. So, I don't know. But I'll say Washington. I mean, it'd be a little expensive. If you were to, I don't know the best place for Washington, at least. Maybe around Eastern Washington or something like that. There's a couple places out there that aren't too bad. There's like there's the Triple Cities, or Tripoli I think it's called, but it's 3 cities, but they're far enough apart to be their own cities, but they're like connected at the same time. It's a little weird. But I heard Spokane was great. Well, Spokane's pretty dope. I like Spokane. I've only driven through there like once or twice ever, but it's a pretty nice little spot. It's pretty cool. I've been to Seattle. Besides it being really expensive in Seattle, so of course, it was a really cool spot. I've been to Tacoma. It's a pretty cool area. I haven't been to Olympia, but I've been to Vancouver, which is just north of Portland. It's across the river, so of course I've been there. It's basically Portland, but a little bit more, like, small. I wouldn't say poor, but lower income. Yeah, I haven't really been out to Washington too much, besides to go out to specific points and places. I've been to Richfield too for the Richfield Amphitheater. So, I mean, there's places I've been out in Washington, but not too much. I haven't like straight up. I did stay at there's this one town I stayed in. I think what was it called? I'm blanking on the name. I think it was I'm blanking on the name of this town right now, but there's this one town in eastern Washington that we stayed at before, when we were going to Montana once. So, I'm just blanking on the name. Let's hit that bong, because I know you are sitting there getting antsy. I can tell. Silence, because it's like, is he gonna hit it yet? Is he gonna hit it yet? Is he gonna hit it yet? I know that's in your mind, boy. If things actually want to light, because unfortunately we are oh, right there, yeah. We're just all low on lighters. Shit. We got one working lighter and a torch of low fuel. That's what we're living with at the moment. Let's see how my battery is. It keeps saying low battery, but 8 minutes and went down to 6%. It's not too bad. Think about living in Anchorage or Juneau. I don't want to go far out in the wild to get alien probed or Bigfoot buttholed. You don't want to get skunk aped, dude. You don't want to get you don't want to get rape squatched. You don't want to get squatched. I don't know, I could recommend Alaska, because it's a pretty cool spot, and I've always wanted to go there too. I've always thought of having a small plot of land, not big, just this nice, enough land where I can have a cabin, just this little, and then the outline of property where I can have, some stuff to think about and do. And then just everywhere around me, it's just a bunch of forest, and, over there's town. Like a mile that way's town, I've been to Alaska a few times. It's gorgeous. Nice, man. I've always wanted to go there. That's why I kind of want to have, a tiny little just place to myself out there, Maybe not, to myself, but if I wanted to bring, 3 friends, we could all just stay there for, the summer or something like that, and just have, the summer cabin in Alaska. I mean, that's always been kind of an idea I've thought about, but whether that could be pulled off in the long term, I don't know. Let's just see how my life goes, and if that's a possibility, I'll do it, because it's something I want to do. So, but if not, well, at least the idea of going there would be cool, but I could still just go there to go there. Kind of look like I'm wearing a sweater, turtleneck sweater vest with this thing on, because my hair is blocking my neck. My buddy of mine told me if you wander off the trail up there, you'd eventually 100% see something weird. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, a lot of Alaska is uncharted territory, and I'm sure there's like probably things unbeknownst to unbeknownst to us that are probably lurking around out there. I mean, for all we know, there could be like a tribe of people that we have never have very little communication, and they've just been lurking all this time. I mean, that's been known before. I mean, there's still undiscovered tribes in the Amazon and shit that there's evidence to support they might exist, type of thing. So why wouldn't it be surprised that there's a small tribal culture like that out in Alaska still or something? And you might see some crazy weird shit like that. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just making a hypothetical. I'm just going far out with it. Okay, this thing is starting to really. I'm trying to have this thing stretch my head, stretch to my head, because it's. Germans have small heads. They have tiny heads. They have big beer bellies because a lot of their stuff is either really small or very fat. But yeah, ugh. Whoa. At least I don't have like the two. At least I don't have the so small it leaves a ring around my forehead hat. So I know at least it's just like one. It's just basically like one size too small, or like half a size too small. It's not terrible. You know what they say about tiny heads, tiny pee-pee. Well, I got a fat frickin' head then, so I wonder what that means. Ooh. That just like unleashed like a weird like release of just like pressure right here for some reason. It was like constriction.
Oh my God! Somebody sent me a Fox News article.
Someone sent me a Fox News article.
Man-made hurricanes.
Man-made hurricane. Oh my God! Fox News is going into that route. They went down to the man-made hurricane. Like, you can't like. I don't think we can literally make hurricanes. I'm sure we can probably manipulate weather to an extent, but like, it's a hurricane. That shit going to destroy whatever it's in its path. It don't give a damn if you try to manipulate it or not. That's just how I think of this hurricane. Like, it's gonna do what a hurricane's going to do, regardless of what we try to do to that thing. Like, it's the Jews make hurricanes. Yeah, they're the Jewicanes. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, yeah, they just, you know, sprinkle a little gold into the cloud and it makes a hurricane. That's what the Jews do. That's how they do it, dude. Oh, we got Sam now.
Sam, this is Sam. Okay, Sam.
The voice modulator, Sam.
I got an echo. Where are you calling? Are you somewhere where we're getting an echo?
What the fuck?
I'm somewhere a little echo.
Hey, it's 9:11 p.m. right now.
Okay. We're gonna deal with the echo because we want to hear what you have to say. So you're calling the program tonight to tell us what you think is going on at Sunspot? I think I have the answer. There are many things.
They have the acid?
I have the answer. But I believe this is one of them.
My girlfriend is definitely afraid of getting abducted by aliens.
Okay, well, just to avoid the echo, I'm going to
I don't know,
tell
like,
everybody what you think is going on.
I don't think aliens would be able to, like, abduct. That voice modulator is really annoying.
The reason they want to hack it is because the NSO, that's the solar
Such an annoying voice modulator.
is a part of an intranet that also includes Heart, Hammer, and Smack. Through this network, we've been very successful at manipulating the solar surface and the coronosphere to the point whereby we can actually trigger coronal mass ejections of controlled size, duration, density, and intensity. Yeah. How do they trigger them? Are they using the magnetic field? What are they using? They're using scalar waves. If you remember, I talked about scalar wave transmission before.
Oh.
These are transmitted through HARP. HARP is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, which, although officially it was given to the university, it is still funded through a group known as the Office.
Lit.
The Office managed to pump enough money into that facility to expand it in size and capability over 40% in only 2 years following.
So is he talking about sunspots?
When it was handed over to the university.
Sure. I was reading somewhere that the telescope doesn't even work.
It's not the telescope.
Now about telescope. What? I'm confused.
Sensor array.
Something about sunspots and the HARP and I guess a telescope now? I am like confused. So what's going on here? I'm generally confused. I'm like, what?
I've never heard of smack or hammer.
Because sunspots are pretty naturally occurring on the sun. So I'm confused. I'm just kind of confused.
Really?
And his voice modulator doesn't help me understand him, really.
These are critical elements in the weather solar control grid.
Something about the solar grid, the electric grid now. About how I mean, it's pretty obvious that our sun has an effect on. I'm confused.
Understand, HARP is capable of transmitting signal strengths in excess of 50 gigawatts. They require so much energy.
Is HARP in Alaska
and the
too?
energy has to be
Or is that, or like the station or something?
high
Sure, where HARP is. It's a.
that it can
I
only
think
be
the HARP,
provided
yeah, I think the HARP station is in Alaska because
So you
it was initially built during the Cold War,
reactors, and you have to
and then now it's been talked about, you know, for about like all sorts of different conspiracies of what it could be used for now. Which, you know, I don't know what it could be used for. It's possible it's still being used, unknown to the public. So I'm just confused. What?
Okay, I just lost track of what I was going to say. I was going to ask you, you're saying that bad actors hacked the system. Why did they hack the system? And who was involved? And why did they hack the system? And what did they hack into?
By hacking into the computer,
I'm just mainly confused now, honestly.
they now have access to
I'm trying to listen now. It's like, huh?
the intranet connects the NSO, HARP, Hammer, and SMAC because they feed upon and require each other. You must have a network because there are so many thousands of gigabytes of information in constant flow to make this work. It's delicate, but take a look at this hurricane coming in off the East Coast. I promise you're in for a big surprise.
A big surprise in what regard?
Florence is going to be devastating because it's a hurricane.
He worked with me in a parallel project for about 15 of my 30 years with DARPA.
So why would the FBI be involved with this?
Now the FBI is.
Well, if we have hacking into the computers by foreign actors, let's just say, for example, the Chinese, if they're getting into the system, that's the FBI's business.
So are you indirectly inferring that it's China? Or
I think I'm too high for this or something. I don't know.
When the last name is Wang or Liu, that's entirely possible.
Okay. Is there any truth to the rumor that White Sands may be involved in any way?
In no way that I am aware of. White Sands is in no way connected to the office and to their projects, but which, remember, their mission is to master control of the solar surface and the Earth meteorological configuration. They need to control the weather. They need to control the sun. And they're awfully close.
Wow. Just wow. Hard to believe, but you never steered it strong before.
Well, why would they need to? I mean, that wasn't explained necessarily.
You've been right on the money.
I'll be on the money here. I have an extremely reliable and not anonymous to me source that says, watch this already. You've watched in the last, since before I called
Because those
you,
men always
the
trusted
hurricane has dropped to
reliable,
levels of
anonymous
severity.
sources
But what it's going to do
that I
next
can't cite.
is completely unexpected.
Okay, well, we'll be watching and we'll be paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm really confused. Like,
Yes.
Thank you for calling the program tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Go forth and do what you do. I enjoy your
just.
immensely.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, I'm
You know what
confused.
really sucks?
Whatever's coming in, I don't know. It sounds. It don't sound very good.
Well, I mean, it's well, I mean, it was initially a Category 2 hurricane. It didn't increase to a Category 4. Because that's generally what happens with hurricanes. They grow bigger and bigger before they hit the shore, usually. And it's gonna be devastating because it's a hurricane. Like, it's just gonna happen. So
Ron's gonna give me the information as to what Hammer and Smack stand for.
So it initially started with something about sunspots, and then about yeah, HARP or whatever, and then like how it got hacked to because bad actors need to control the weather and the solar surface. Like, I'm confused. Like, that just like I don't know. It's like what?
He said the storms we had last year were controlled. And some of them, so I don't know.
I've never been so just like I don't know what to say.
Really?
We'll be back with more Ground Zero as I try to get control of my show. 888-673-3700. We'll be back.
FM News 101 KXL.
Reliable anonymous sources. I mean that okay, like I mean him saying that is like okay, so you can't cite those sources or like
Andro 400.
I've lost
besides
almost 40
like
pounds in
it's just
10
I don't know.
My son was getting married, and when I went for the suit fitting, I was a size 48. And when I went back to do the final
It's just
fitting, I was
it's
a
like it's a
44.
hurricane. It's gonna do damage. It's gonna be
That's for sure.
devastating. It's gonna cause destruction, and a lot of repairs are gonna be needed.
When I was in my
It's just
30s.
that for some reason we've never have had a policy just yearly or like a specific fund just put aside every year
It's one of the few things
for
I've
this
ever
shit.
bought that work. I couldn't
It's just
believe
like,
it. I
come
feel
on,
that I
like,
have more energy
these
and
happen
I walk
every
12
year.
miles a day.
Shouldn't we
I
have
feel
just been
great.
prepared for
It
this
changed my
already,
life.
like,
It really
yearly?
has. It's really incredible.
Because, like, the repair effort for Katrina was pretty disastrous. What happened with Puerto Rico last year was pretty awful. Like, the whole, like, New York and the East Coast had a really hard time, getting aid and, repairs, done with, what was it, Sandy, Hurricane Sandy? And then, there was, like, this whole, I think this, dock in Jersey that was infamous that just got totally wiped out and gone and shit. Yes, I think it's going to affect Carl's area now as it shifts. Yeah, man. I still have my sympathies out to all those people because it's like it's fucked. But, I mean, like, it just feels like you're trying to explain away just a normal weather pattern that happens that they just get more severe every year. It's like, that happens. And it's been happening, so we should just try to adapt to it and, like, figure out ways to, overcome that shit. Like, I mean, that's just about the best we can do. I mean, it's a hurricane. It's gotta, I mean, it's just gonna roll right over you and just, then, gotta muster through it and just repair damage. I think Venom might have actually disappeared. He hasn't made a comment in a while, so. He was here, though. Thinking about moving to Washington or Alaska, so that'd be pretty cool. Oh, no. Yeah. Hey, at least he's still around, chilling with his new girl and shit, so it sounds like they're all doing good. So it's me, damn it. Indeed it is.
When the asphalt in front of your business business crumbles, it may be telling your customers a story you don't want. Hey, it's Lars. Let my friends at Signature Paving. They'll do it all.
Oh my
with
lord,
you.
ads.
Sweep, curb, install, remove, grind, overlay, or repair of your asphalt. You'll be saving money and your business will look fantastic. Get on their schedule now to be ready for fall at SignaturePavingServices.com.
I love advertisements, especially asphalt.
CCB 135293. Adam McDonough here. I'm the third generation.
I'm trying to get
run
you
our family
more
business
viewers,
at
not
Northside
less.
Ford.
It's all
The
good.
history of our throughout 45 years, but one thing that hasn't changed
It's
is Northside
the only
Ford
one who
specializes
truly
in
can
trucks.
get myself more
Trucks for
viewers
personal
is
use
me.
and trucks for your business fleet. Why go to a car dealership to buy
It's
a
actually
truck?
kind of true.
We're exclusively the only truck dealership
I mean, I
in the
can't
Northwest.
make
Our
anyone
trucks
do
range
that.
from Ford F-150 to F-750s to transit cargo
Guess I
vans
need
and
to stay
everything
away.
in between. If you want
No,
someone to shoot
no, you
straight,
don't.
then come
How
see us
dare
at
you?
Northside
Shame.
Ford or online at NorthsideTrucks.com. Northside
No.
Trucks. Trucks. Just trucks.
You're to stay here forever.
Smell rotten fuel sulfur? It could be a gas leak. Don't search for the source. Do this instead. Smell? Go. Let us know.
What are you looking
Leave your
for?
home or business right away.
They hate
Once
me.
outside, call our
No, they do
24-hour
not.
emergency line
What is that
800-882-3377 or download the new Northwest
What is that
Natural app and
nonsense?
make the call with one tap.
Venom was gone for quite a while.
Sure everything's safe.
It was 0
Smell, go.
while I
Let
was
us
listening
know.
to
A
this
safety message from Northwest Natural.
confusing interview. I guess I really don't know what was. Oh, we're back. Now that he recollected himself and had a joint to process all that wokeness.
And I got to do some research on this now. Mark sends this. He says, Clyde, Thursday at 2:18 p.m. That's tomorrow, right? Thursday at 2:18 p.m. the government is going to send a test alert to everyone's cell phone. Thursday at 2:18 p.m.
I'm quoting you on that. I'm gonna quote you on that.
A test alert is going to be sent over everybody's cell phone at 2:18 tomorrow. What is going on? What is going on? This is amazing. Let's go to Michael in Texas. Hi, Michael. You're on.
If it's tomorrow, then it hasn't been proven yet.
Hey, Clyde, how you doing?
This is
I'm
supposed to
doing
happen.
fine. Go ahead.
Supposed to.
What's on your mind? Go ahead.
Okay, well,
That's what I meant. I'm quoting him on that.
In a short amount of time, I found
I bet it.
something,
Everything in my mind is saying
last
nope,
year, apparently,
but
it
that's
was
why I'm
announced
saying
that,
quoting you on it. Because if it happens,
part
they'll be like,
or
all right.
all of
But if
the,
not, I'll be
I'm
like,
trying to listen to it.
observatory operations were going to move to either Colorado or
it's like a little
Hawaii.
late. You are a little bit.
And there's the theory
Got tomorrow
that
and the day
that might
after
be
off, thank
connected
God.
to the
Nice.
security breach. There may be a former employee
Got Friday off,
or
you're
a
lucky.
current employee that's disgruntled about that. That's more in the realm of, normal, just everyday.
Hello, everyone.
reality
Good luck.
stuff, other
Been
than
working fat
I
doubles for the
believe
past
that
2 weeks
Sam
straight. Oh my God.
He probably
It's
knows
terrible.
what he's talking about, but
Wrong.
it's just something I found when I was searching
Wrong.
on the internet. And that also just kind of fits with the fact that they closed the post office. Maybe
Did you hear
they're
Trump may be
doing some type of,
mirroring
notorious
with low dump
parcel, I
fat
don't know.
again?
But anyways.
Oh,
just
meeting?
wanted to
Oh
kinda
yeah.
Tell you that.
Well, that sounds.
I personally don't mind that at all.
Helicopters are flying over the area, or the black helicopters are there, and of course
I'm
there's
just
been,
like, okay, good.
reports of off communication.
Better than going to war.
Trucks that are there, also Jeeps with whips, and also the SUVs. So there are men there, apparently in black suits, of course. The big, deep, and dark men in black are there, and FBI. There are rumors that
It doesn't
DARPA is
arrive yet.
involved in some way. The Department of Defense is interested in what's going on here. If they are going to move operations, that would make sense because apparently what I understand is that the observatory really isn't doing all that, but other people have said that maybe it picked up on something.
Well, I thought it kind
or,
of totally
you
like
said, somebody has the information
moved on from the
about a hacking situation
text
that went on,
thing
some
that
very
was
important
supposed to go out
information.
tomorrow.
But that doesn't explain why several other observatories have shut down unexpectedly as well.
So Carl,
during the time
at
of
2:18
during the
p.m.
time of
tomorrow,
the overtaking of the observatory.
we are
I can't find any
gonna
information
get
on that.
a
do you mind if I
governmental
ask
test alert to everyone's cell phones.
Okay.
And she said, and
I heard it may move inward to your area. What texting? I don't know.
2:18 p.m.
That's what I heard.
Thursday thing. What I got here is out
Doubt's
of
gonna
Buffalo,
happen.
New York, it says next Thursday, September 20th. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be next Thursday. 2:18 p.m.
Oh,
your
back
cell
to
phone
it.
will buzz and display a message from the government. The message from FEMA is a test. First
This.
cellular devices across the nation. The goal is to reach as many people as possible. So they're going to send
That.
emergency text messages, a message that's fake, or it's a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed. No one should panic or call 911. Why would they do this in times of a huge hurricane?
I'll slow down once it hits the shore. Well, yeah, because it hits land. It's not. There's resistance now.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah, you and Alex Jones, I think, are right on the hit the nail on the head.
Is it a test for the hurricane? No, it's just a test for like literally everybody in the country. For, I guess.
I haven't had time, but do you mind?
It's supposed to happen, but I'm quoting him on it. I'm gonna quote him on it.
Because yesterday,
Yes, I did. I said it was going to be a biological attack. Okay. That's why because he asked me directly what I thought it was. I told him a biological attack. I said it's obvious that we've been drilling this with the planes. The planes have been doing this. We've been having a lot of reports of people just unexpectedly getting sick.
What they could do. That's one of the easiest things that they could do as a final punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ignore emergency broadcast system.
The other punch would be
Yep.
making everybody sick.
I'm y'all's personal emergency broadcast system.
Think about that for a moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Meh.
Yeah. I mean, the way to affect an election.
John Podesta's gonna throw me in a FEMA camp.
People getting sick, not able to go out and
Yep.
vote.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that,
Yep.
but, making President
Gonna be
Trump
thrown in
look
FEMA
as
camp.
bad as they possibly can.
Hey, at least for you, it's because of a hurricane. For me, it's because why not? You're white male.
As Sam says, be watching.
Agenda 21.
Surprises, that's what he said. So,
Gonna be thrown in FEMA camp mob homes. Banned cars.
My producer says I sound flustered. I am flustered. I tell you, it's true. I'm
He's just like getting all the woke.
control of the show, but still, people like you are calling me.
Ignore, please. Why this fucking black and white?
Appreciate the call. Thank you. 888-673-3700.
Because that is the
That's
spirit of my soul.
3700. If you have anything to add to the program, looking for Paul Revere's tonight, we really would love to hear from you about the sunspot. What you think is going on with the sunspot?
Just accept it.
Observatory closure.
Alright.
Theories going around
Accept
about
it.
aliens and hacking, and
Gonna have to
we heard
accept
from
it.
Sam, he told us what he knows. This
How's
is
work?
some
I didn't work
amazing
today.
information
I was actually
coming
off.
tonight. Okay, I'm gonna check my email.
It was actually, this is a freaking mental day. Please, youngster, have mercy. Do you want the party? I'll get the party going. Or I could go haunt.
That totally made my day.
You really want this one, don't you, laddie? Bloody fucking crazy. Alright. Ghostly. Indeed.
Solution that uses 80% less water and dries in hours,
Hold
not
up.
days. It's a carbonated extraction that helps
Let's
keep
have
my
bubbles
carpet
again.
clean for a longer
Let's do the
lasting,
bubbles.
healthier home. That's perfect for me, my
Look like
wife,
Razor
our son,
Fist.
and our doggy. 30+
Well,
years of award-winning
at least I don't have
carpet
his
cleaning
dumb
is my friend
opinions,
at
so.
Oregon Chem-Dry. Go to Oregon
I mean, I have his
Here's what
pretty good
happened.
taste in music, and and good taste in games, for the most part. I mean, other than that, I don't care. Damn, 33 minutes and I only went down 2%. Now I'm only at 5%, so my charger's doing good. It's doing what it's meant to do. Keep me going for a while. So, sweet. That's what I like.
If you are on a coastline in North Carolina and you haven't evacuated, you are running out of time.
Running out of time. Hear that, my boy? Oh shit, he left. I think he's like, oh, that's right. I need to. I wonder. Oh, he's still here. I wonder if Razor Fist is a doper. I don't think he is. I hate my phone. Always times you out. Probably just the weather, honestly. I mean, I've been having a little bit of issue too. Like I said, like FAFSA, when I was trying to do that earlier today, was just bloody ridiculous, man. It's awful. It's like, ugh. And then I went to get food, and then my burger fell out of my hand, and then like fell on the floor and like everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, could my day get any more fucked in? This is like, it's only 2 now. Oh, so it like picked up and then it went down now. All right. So it sounds like it. So it went from a category 2 to category 4 back to category 2. All right. So sounds like at least it's not like going to be super devastating, but still, I mean, still going to be devastating.
They are saying that they might have to close down all the lanes at some point. So avoid.
Carl, you wanted me to save you, my boy?
Downtown, you got 60
No thanks.
degrees now.
Oh, rejected.
Mainly dry for the rest of the
Anchors
night.
away.
54, then a high of 67 on Thursday with showers picking up with the heating of the day. I'm Matt Spino for FM News 101.
Oh, that's right, I was gonna.
9:33. I'm Brandon Eisen. Check back
Sometimes I
in
forget that
and stay connected
Boltzmann
with
cache.
FM News 101 and
Because sometimes there's like resin at the bottom of it. I'm like, I'll hit that.
presented by Liberty Mutual
I'll cache the rest of that out, and then I'll upload another. Then I'm like, oh wait, I already did that.
So why aren't more things in life?
I mean, I could try, but I would need a torch, and it's out of fuel, and it's being stupid, so it can go screw itself.
What kind of law doesn't
And you get more
reward
butane
me for
eventually.
selflessly buying a
But I
smaller car to
think
provide more parking room for others?
I stayed home during the last hurricane. Well, damn, son, you are crazy. Crazy.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates.
Oh my god. The silence. Okay. Hey, I got more fish tank resonance today. Oh, so your fish got more slutty and bred more. Nice. You got more residentals. Or did you buy more fish? I shouldn't have just assumed that your fish are that
Good job, partner.
awful. Awfully produceful. 10 red mollies. That's pretty dope, dude. Right on. Babies. Sweet. Everything was fine. I just stayed inside smoking dope, reading, playing Vidya, and going out in the Waffle House, which was still open. A Waffle House was still open. Damn. That Waffle House was dedicated for those dollars. Them hurricane dollars. I bought 2 African frogs. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. I've always wanted to have, like, an interesting exotic pet like that, but we have cats, so I think they would feel like that's food, and they would eat it. So I'm just like, nah, I can't. Like, if I've always thought about having, like, a little hamster, but there's just no way that could work. My cat would eat it. Our cats would eat it, and it's just like, I can't, so... A fish tank, like, where it is right over here, I mean, that works out, because a cat really can't get in there. So... I mean, we could have, like, a lizard or something like that, but it would have to be, like, a totally sealed-off container with, like, a glass ceiling with holes in it or something like that. So a cat straight up just can't mess with that. But, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. My grandpappy once bought me some African negusses. Wow, sir, it sounds like your grandpappy was there to be a slave trader. Waffle houses are known to stay open during disasters. The Waffle House Index is used by FEMA and Homeland Security to classify disasters based on whether a Waffle House is open or not. Oh my god. Damn. Waffle House just don't care. They just muster through. They're like, we want to make sure that people get their waffles, and we're gonna get them their waffles. Damn it, we're staying open. I don't care if your house gets totally demolished. I don't even care if this building gets wiped out. We're going to stay open. We're going to make sure we get them their damn waffles. Because this is Waffle House. Even in a hurricane, we will hold strong. Wow, I'm in a bubble cane now, dude. I'm like getting clustered by bubbles. Oh, that kind of helped.
You're listening to Ground Zero. The number's called tonight, 888-673-3700. I got the information about Hammer and Smack, just so you know. I had
Double bubble. My mom straight up buys that shit in bulk, dude. She will.
Meteorological Manipulation Energy Research. First opened in 2000, this program was opened with DARPA and NASA in cooperation. The project has worked more as a signal source and manipulation service for those signals sent to
Even during hurricanes or blizzards, they will often stay open if you
research program.
with little staff and limited menu. So just basically basic stuff, like their waffles.
SMAC, S-M-A-C-C, that's why I couldn't find it. SMAC, S-M-A-C-C, Solar Magnetic Let's try that again. Solar Magnetic Amplification and
You know what would be good?
Solar Magnetic
Waffle House is good.
Amplification and
I haven't been to one, honestly. I would like to go to Waffle House. I don't think they have them up here. That's why. They have a Chick-fil-A. Wow, my eyes were bubbles for a second.
And in the right form to power the HART transmitters.
My eyes were bubbles.
Quantity and overall integrity of waveform
Damn, that didn't
and
work.
value are critical.
I was trying to get that to happen, but
success
just
of the
they all
operation of
scattered
Project
away.
Phoenix Umbrella. Funding for this
Oh.
comes from an unknown source.
Hey, aw.
The Umbrella
Damn.
Group, Governance Unknown, is
Whoa.
known as the Office.
That's big boy. That's big boy coming right up in our face. Isn't this our torture?
Russia now is carrying out.
Is this our torture? Just me getting mesmerized by bubbles? Yes, it is. Alright. We can have Dream. So at least it's nice and colorful. Not too bad. I mean, come on, this has to be a little better. This is our torture. Way to make it sound great here. What's going on? Just being mesmerized by bubbles. Not anymore, but was. I'm actually gonna get a drink, so I'll be right back.
This emergency drill. And you'll be getting an emergency broadcast test on your phone on the 22nd next week. They'll say this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed. No one should panic or call 911. It's going to happen next Thursday at 2:18 p.m. I believe that's Eastern Time. And the message will be from the Federal Emergency Management Agency as a test, first of its kind to hit cellular devices across the nation. This will be a trial test, and this is really, timing is really poor on this one. Let's go to Glenn in Texas. Hi, Glenn. You're on ground zero.
Good evening, Clyde. I had to throw my 2 cents in. I think there was a hack, but I think it's more likely that since solar storms would affect the grid and power stations, that they would have a secure line to
George
power
Peach flavor.
stations. And someone has
Only had this like one other time.
hack into a power plant.
Booze causes liver trouble. Be careful.
They were trying to bust into a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, hack in.
That is true.
From the Solar Observatory?
That's why I picked this up
I think
instead.
there might be a secure line from solar
Picked up some
observatories
Georgia
to power
peach.
stations since
Can't go wrong with some peaches in Georgia.
and power stations, and someone has got in and tried to wreak havoc on us through manipulation of our nuclear power plants.
Drink wine every day, eat cheese. Like a proper Nord. Only they probably would do ale or mead as well. Which is honey wine, so I mean. If Nord's made honey wine, it wouldn't surprise me if they knew how to make like a different alternate mead. Like a fruit mead or like a fruit wine or something like that. Expensive cheese, which is real, unlike processed cheese. It's good.
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah. At our deli we have like a lot of like expensive select cheeses that are actually like genuine straight up good. Like I'm not even a big fan of cheese, but there's some cheeses that are actually not too bad.
And we have a
The Roman legionnaires fit that definition. Then birds, Nords had wine and beer also. Yeah, so I mean, they knew how to make mead, so I wasn't surprised if they knew how to make wine as well. Negapoopy. Nicky poopy. You snob, cheese platter, Munster cheese.
Glenn, thank you for the report. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Clark.
All right, bye-bye. Let's go to Nathan calling in from Vancouver.
Beer and mead. Oh, I bet. I mean, just because the Nords had mead didn't mean any other culture didn't have it either, or have an alternative to it. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Why not? Why couldn't they? Like, why can't mead also be a Greek thing, or a Russian thing, or a French thing, or even an African thing with African honeybees? I mean, there's bees in Africa too. They can have a chance to make their own type of mead. Not like maybe a mead in Europe, but still a mead, right? It would give wine to legionnaires to drink, better for a soldier to have a hangover than intestinal parasites from drinking water.
We know our storms, okay?
Yeah, and besides, the bread would help soak it up anyway, so if they're drinking it with bread and they eat or cheese as well, that helps soak it up. So it would absorb a lot of it, so if you actually knew how to drink right, then
If they're low level,
then
the Cape Fear River.
in Africa these days they make alcohol for bananas. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I mean, if you know at least how to like get yourself out of a hangover before it happens, then you know you'll be fine. African bees will kill your ass. Not docile enough to harvest honey. Well, I'm sure I heard somewhere of this tribe that like knew of a way to harvest. I don't know, like fuck you. I don't know. Just make like a guess or not necessarily an assumption. I'm just like, you know, why wouldn't they? But they're to kill your ass. Well, whatever. I don't know. All right. I typically drink a tall glass of water with a pinch of salt.
Florence is now downgraded to a category 2, but then he said that there may be some surprises in store with Florence that we'll watch it and keep on watch for it at the moment. So
surprises with Florence? Well, because it's.
That was from Sam. That was a great
I mean, weather fluctuates. I mean, I don't know what else.
One final question.
Sure.
Any of these
Killer bees will come to America someday. Invasive species is a big problem. Yeah, look at blackberries. A lot of North America is filled with them, and they're a European thing. They got brought over here once, of course, Europeans started migrating over here. Okay, my history question. Shoot. Like.
Thank you very much.
Nathan, thank you for the call. Speculation, but we don't know yet. Jack, I guess you're just laughing, aren't you? You're laughing out loud about what you said the other night about the emergency power.
I mean, like, with what Sam was saying earlier, or whatever the guy in his name was, with saying there might be big surprises with Florence, I mean, I'm just thinking about weather and how, you know, chaotic it can be and how it fluctuates. Like, look how it was earlier today. It was, like, raining crazy for 1 minute and just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just did it again. It was kind of sunny for a little bit and just stopped. You know, it's just, I mean, with a hurricane, it's just going to be far more radical and severe because it's a hurricane, you know? It's like, you know, I mean, so it's easy to make, like, a claim that, you know, somebody could be behind something about it when you're like, there's something could be big in store, so just watch out for something. And then something big happens because of the hurricane, and it's like, see?
Really?
It's like, I mean, it's kind of a vague claim to make with a, quote, reliable anonymous source. So it's just like, that's why it's so confusing. It's like, there's just, it's really vague, and it's not much to go with. And I'm just really questioning. The hemlock trees are currently being driven to extinction by some beetle species that came from Japan. Oh shit, dude. China was involved in World War II?
Under the declaration of a national emergency.
Wait.
Continue to be critical.
We already have Africanized bees. Oh yeah, didn't we already have? Yeah, I think they're mostly in the south, but as it gets warmer, they get farther north. And then native species go recede more north because of the invasive species. Seem to have a mind fart. I'll come back to you, just ask when you remember it. The hemlock, yeah, I read that. The Republic of China, led by Chiang Kai-shek, fought the Japanese invaders. I remember we ended up with the Russians to split Germany's. Yeah, we did. It wasn't necessarily Russia and all the Low Countries, yeah. It wasn't necessarily just Russia. It was, like, well, now as we know it, NATO and the Soviet Union at the time. So it wasn't just the Russians that split it. That was the compromise, was to split. Like, I think both sides wanted all of Germany, but they had to compromise with half of Berlin each. And then the Allies split amongst themselves, and the Russians and the East German state had the rest. And then they divided up the Germans, and you got the East Germans and you had the West. So it was just mainly, it seemed like just a compromise, which honestly, I don't know how I felt. I don't know what would have been a better outcome. I don't, like, where was China? They were going through a civil war. I mean, there was the, was keeping to itself. Yeah, they were going through a civil war because there was...
I'll play.
because they were just finishing up the. It was torn up by War and Revolution. Yeah, like it was just recovering from Japanese invasions, and then there's Mao and the Red Army and the Chinese Liberation Army, or the People's Liberation Army, that going on a civil war against the Kuomintang, and so it was just chaos in China. That was what was going on there. I mean, eventually Mao won the civil war, and China as we know it became what it became. So I mean, it was just going through its own shit. So they didn't participate in World War II. They did, but not like anyone else. They were a victim of it, and because there was a lot of parties involved. So China in itself was was involved in World War II, but it's like, but how involved, it was a very minor thing compared to the whole war. Chiang Kai-shek's government escaped to Taiwan after being ousted by communists. Even to this day, it's claimed to be the government of exile and sovereign right to China. They fought that Japanese. Yeah. So Taiwan is technically the Republic of China, and still is technically a government in exile, and technically still has the sovereign right to all of China. It's a really weird technical thing, but at this point it's just been so infused in society that Taiwan has just been how it is and China is how it is, that we just don't notice that. But between those two states, I mean, it's a whole big fucking thing. They
like to
the Chinese government does a lot that's to sanction Taiwan, and even communication-wise too, with other states, and like other states can't do certain things with Taiwan like they can with any other state. So it's a very complicated thing with the government in exile, or Taiwan, or however you want to view that. I mean, at this point, do you like wine? Some wine. Some of it. I don't really like... They have to be, like, really sweet and fruity. Like, I can't really handle stuff that's, like, bitter. But, like, with Taiwan, like, I think at this point it should just accept that it's an island country now, and just become the Republic of Taiwan, and just, just be that. I mean, at this point, I don't know how politically they could establish the Republic of China again, or even like I don't know how that could work. China, as we know, is just he'll just steamroll them if they want. If they really wanted to, they could just steamroll that island and call it theirs. But politically, they can't do that. I think China still wants it back, but that's weird. It's not weird, because that's a Chinese territory. Taiwan, that island, is a Chinese territory. But it's just that because the government of exile is chilling there, China has been threatening to invade Taiwan for decades. Yeah, but politically, would that look good for them? Not really. And it will cause really bad relations with everybody. So they don't do it. They threaten it, but they don't. All bark and no bite. They're probably waiting for a good opportune moment. So, I don't know. But remember Trump took a call from Taiwan and China got pissed? Yeah, see, that's something that other states can't do with Taiwan that they can just do with any other country. Like, they can't just call them up whenever they want and be like, hey, what's up? You could do that with, Macron or Putin. You could call them up, be like, hey, what's up? Just one call. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how things going on over there? You just can't, with Taiwan, you unfortunately just can't do that.
Sorry, partner.
So, I don't know. I think to just end this,
That wasn't fair.
China claims to own Taiwan. Taiwan claims to own China. The Chinese military has been investing in tech to do marine invasion of Taiwan. Taiwan has been building up forces of its own. Well, I'll definitely give you a hint. Taiwan ain't gonna be able to. Taiwan won't be able to sustain itself on its own, by itself. It's gonna have to have aid from probably the U.S. and Japan and South Korea. Probably. That's just my guess. And if that's the case, then that's going to be a pretty big conflict. Is that talking? Well, that's an annoying ad, and he's over there doing his own thing. Does that my old fellow guy have company? Yeah, he's playing a game. But, yeah, I mean, I just think for Taiwan's sake, it should just, honestly, probably just have to drop the, like, national pride thing about claiming all of China and just become its own sovereign state of the Republic of Taiwan or something like that. I don't know. I mean, America won't do crap against China militarily. I mean, there is economic benefit with Taiwan and us. So, if China truly did invade Taiwan, then America probably would militarily do something. They'll never get China back, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, realistically, they just won't. I mean, it would be nice to see a reunification of the two, but considering that both of them hate each other and both claim sovereignty of all of both of their lands, I mean, there's just no way. Essentially, that'll just basically be Taiwan receding their claims to China, and if China wants to have good standing back and be like, all right, fine, they can recede their claims, but they're not going to do that. They're looking to expand and not recede back. So, I don't know. It's kind of a complicated thing there. I don't know too much about all the details and all the shit that goes up around there. They own our debts. U.S. won't do crap for Taiwan. Taiwan is building our tanks. Yeah, so that sounds like they would. I mean, I was about to say I don't know, but if they're building our tanks, or at least helping build that equipment for the tanks and shit, or like the chassis, or whatever parts needed for tanks, kind of important that we make sure our friends over there are kept okay. We don't want our production line altered with. It's not profitable. If he keeps making tanks to sell, then yeah, it could be profitable. At the moment, well, yeah, not at the moment because it ain't happened. But if it did happen, I don't know. It might be a different story. They build their own tanks. Oh, well, if they're building their own tanks, then, well, yeah, because they're trying to defend themselves, or at least prepare for that. We really need a new radio. Like, every time we put our hand near that thing, it gets possessed. It's like, even if I, like, put my phone somewhere or touch it, it's like, they don't build ours. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. Well, again, I don't know too much about the whole Taiwanese-Chinese conflict myself, besides just knowing the basic background of why and knowing kind of some of the political nature of them today. I mean, I know China is even building man-made islands to prep for invasions and shit, and they're specifically for military purposes and things like that. So, I mean, China is looking to expand. That much I do know. Didn't Russia have some military operation, and did I hear in a small way China was involved in exercise? Was I dreaming? Yeah, there was. China did. I think they had some special. They're actually They actually do have military operations together. I remember I read somewhere. I think it might have been the Independent. Don't quote me on where there's Chinese special forces working with Russian Spetsnaz forces in Syria. So China is actually also involved in Syria as well. So they work together in a lot of ways, and they have a mutual gain in Syria and Iran geopolitically. So they work together in that area. Dude, I'm hungry. We'll get food. Kyle's high school rape days. Oh, dude, you saw that picture? You saw that glorious meme of him in high school? Dude, that's a gold mine. Dude, that meme. Dude, he unleashed the beast. Did he realize what memes are going to come out of that picture now?
call and talk.
Ooh, I saved it too. Dude, I should have made it the thumbnail. Carl, I got a stuffed crust extra cheese pizza. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. Extra stuffed crust.
I just want to take a break, and we'll be back with more Ground Zero. Don't go away. Listen to groundzero.com if you want to listen on the internet. We'll be back.
Or I can just go on YouTube and find your channel. That works just as well. I mean, you uploaded a day after, so. When did it release that picture? The other day. I think 2 days ago, but I saw it last night. And I saw it, and I instantly saved it, and went, oh my god, the memes. That was my reaction. I went, oh my god, the memes. Because I knew. Dude, Big Seltzer, the lesbian softball, dude, there's the aggressive lesbians, yeah, dude, his fans know memes, his fans perpetrate memes, and he just gave them a gold mine. They gave them the diamond in the rough, dude. Kyle gave us the diamond in the rough. We know our memes, and we are going to meme the shit out of it. That's what I have to say about that. Because that's what's going to happen. And it will. In fact, I want to go back there and see if people have memed it. Like, we gotta, we have to make this like a hashtag. We gotta make that picture a hashtag or some shit, dude. Like, it's beautiful. It's a meme. It's just a beautiful meme. Did you wash your hair, or is you having a bad hair day? Yeah, it's just a bad hair day. Kyle seems to be that type of good to get eye and fart in the toilet and flush it.
One Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference. So you can
Does your hair matte?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't put a lot of shampoo and conditioner when I took a shower, because if I put like the average amount I normally would, it would poof the fuck up, like poof. And I don't want super poof. So I kind of chilled out. I held back a little bit this time. I was like, I want to see if adding not a lot would make a difference, and it helped. It kept it like good. I mean, it didn't really like make a major change into it or whatever. So I was like, all right, whatever. Probably better just add the amount I have and deal with the poof. But I mean, I'm just like, it's just the one thing I'm not in the mood for. It's just like the super poof, because it gets everywhere and I can't like put it in a ponytail, hold it back, because sometimes it curls into my face like this and it itches. It's side of my face. But it is getting long enough at least to where I can just let it chill like this. Like, this doesn't really bother me now. Like a couple months ago, this bothered me because like these will curl up and just tickle my neck and my fucking chin, but now it's getting long enough to where only like a few loose ones do it. So it's actually not too, my hair's not coming in too bad, just in time for winter. So that'll be good. Let's actually do a battery checkup. 3%, damn, going on an hour. We only went from 7% to 3%. How many days week do you work? This week is going to be 5 days. This is the first day of my weekend, so got one more day and then I go back into it for this week. And then Sunday and then Monday off Tuesday. Yeah, so I'll be able to have like after this week I'll actually have my school schedule and shit, and yeah, I mean, it'll be a lot better. It'll be a little bit sporadic and kind of everywhere. It'll be like I work a day, go to school, work another day, go to school, go to school, go to school. Then I go to work a little bit to help out for that day and repeat. So, I mean, it will be far more balanced at least, so I'll at least have a fucking life. So, you know, with school, after that, after I do my studies and shit, and honestly, the classes aren't that hard. It's just you have to keep up on them. That's it. You can't just like, I'll do this like next day or whatever. I'll do this before I go to class tomorrow. You forget, you show up to class, oh, I forgot. Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, as long as you keep up on your shit, you're good. I mean, as long as you pay attention, it ain't too hard. So,
Critics say
you know, I get that stuff all out of the way, and then I have free time to actually do other things and get other shit done. Like, there's, like, I've been needing to get my driver's license, but I need to, like, set the appointment, but I haven't gone around to it yet, so that's one thing that's going to be done tomorrow as well. School days, la da 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 da. Yep, good old school.
This is CBS News.
And yes, it is gay, because I also found out the district manager is cutting all of our hours, because I used to be working 1:30 to 10, even for my school weeks, besides a few certain days, due to scheduling. But now I found out this manager, for some fucking reason, wants to cut like, not just this store, but pretty much this whole district's hours, managers included, even if they're understaffed, like us, our store, not just the department. Just because, I don't know, cut their hours, cutting our profits, we can't make up for it. Well, it's just, I'm sure that's probably the main reason. And if it is, too fucking bad. If you truly can't pay for it, then you might have to lay off a couple people then. But I don't think it really truly affects you that much. It probably cut down your profits like 5% of your, like, millions. You know, so I think you can afford to just keep those hours the way they are. Milwaukee seems like a cool place. It truly is. I mean, you'll go back as it backfires. But Milwaukee seems like a cool place. It is. How long breaks you get? Technically they're 10-minute breaks, 30-minute lunches, but if you go a little over, I mean, as long as it's not unreasonably, like if you do like a 15-minute break, you could squeeze that out. And if you do like a 40-minute lunch, you can squeeze that in there too, type of thing. But if you're like pulling like 20-minute breaks or like 50-minute lunches, then nah, they'll start cracking on you. But they're pretty loose with it, but not that loose. I mean, they've been pretty hard on it lately.
I agree.
For some people, because they think a few people are being super lazy and taking advantage of it or whatever. So I don't know. I guess a few people are a little extra exploitive with it, so they have to ruin it for people that take a little extra weed time, like I do. Like sometimes I will do like a 50-minute, but it's not like intentional, you know what I mean? And like, even with breaks, like they're not intentionally long, and besides I generally don't come home on my breaks, but lunch breaks instead usually, because I mean, it takes a while to get back here and back up there. Let's try at least to get 2-hour breaks for a double, sometimes even 3 or 4. Oh my god. See, I prefer that. I like to work in a very long period and just chill for a while, and then go back to do it again. That's why I stay close at work on my break, because if I come back here, like, grab something to bite, I'm wanting to sit and chill for a while. So that's why I just do it on my lunch breaks. So, I mean, it sounds like your restaurant's actually pretty chill and legit, man. Like, despite the doubles, I mean, at least they're trying to accommodate you for it. They're like, yo, we know you're working hard, so here's like a 2 to 3 hour break. Come back, you know, at this time. Don't be super over. You know, see you soon. Like, I would, like, you know, I prefer that, honestly. And if it's like a 2 to 3 hour lunch break, which I'm assuming is probably what it is, then, I mean, you know, that's just great, you know, like, fuck it. I'd love to have something like that. I wish that was, like, the more common ground system that people did. Because, I mean, even for my line of work, it'd be fine. It could work just fine if you just had, like, one very big break in between your shift. Like, if you're working an 8-hour shift, have, like, a 2-hour break or 1.5 hour break in between all of it. I mean, if you have at least enough people to cover all that, you should be fine. Like, let's say you have like 4 people at, you know, working. And you got 2 people who just opened, 1 person coming in later in the mid, and then like 1 person later in the evening, and then there's gonna be 2 people coming in later for the night or whatever. I mean, like, that can work out if they had just one fat break, you know, because one of them can be gone and there'll still at least be 3, and then, you know, let's say it's going to be 30 minutes until that person comes back. You want to go ahead and go on yours or whatever, and then it'll be 2 people for a bit, but then 1 person will come right back. And then they, you know, be like, hey, 15 minutes until this person comes back, so hey, you want to go on yours, and, you know, it'll be 2 people for a little bit, but slow day, let's say. I mean, there's ways to work around that type of shit, man. But if you work a 10-hour day, is that straight time? I mean, it's not, you know, I've always thought about that, and I don't think it is, because I work 8.5-hour shifts, but I don't really get paid for 8.5 hours. I get paid for 8 hours, because that 0.5 is my lunch break. So I'm not really technically getting paid for 8.5 hours, but I also work overtime pretty much every night, so I make up for it. So I technically work my full shift. It's just not technically the shift. So I mean, it should be over 8 is. It should be over time. It should be over 8 is time and a half. It is, and well, I think it is, at least, unless you're scheduled that way. But anything beyond that is technically overtime. At least that's the policy for our store. I don't know how it is for anywhere else, at least.
Well, I had said on Alex Jones' show, I said, well, you know, if Henry,
oh yeah, our boy Clyde. We got Alex Jones, and I think he's going to get him on again later sometime. I don't know when, but if he does, I'm streaming it. We got to hear Alex Jones in the audio frequencies. Doesn't really work to say in the flesh because he wouldn't be here. That'd be cool if he was. Look, because if there is one thing I would honestly love to do, is smoke a joint and have a beer with Alex Jones. I actually, if, like, socially, I could probably be alright with him as long as him and I can just be on the same level and just be chilling. And just bullshitting, you know, talking about crazy theories. Like, that I could probably be alright with. But when he gets crazy, nutjobby political or whatever the heck he gets into, that's like, alright, hold up, bro. You're just going a little local. Like what he does on his show. But I mean, if you look at him on, like, Alex Jones and shit, and, like, or no, not Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, and on, like, these interviews where he's just kind of talking with people and shit, he at least does seem like he's you're a demon to him. Well, yeah. I'm sure he probably thinks I am, because I think he's a nutball. But if he didn't know who I was pre-text, and just thought I was some random dude, and I was like, hey, I know who you are. Want to have a beer? Want to have a J? Like, and he was down with it, and we were just chatting for like an hour and a half or whatever, just BSing, you know, and just having our own personal opinions, you know, casually just having disagreements or agreements or whatever we're having as a discussion. I think, you know, he would come across as a totally different person on a show. I still think he is mentally off and is a Zionist. That would be one major disagreement I have with him, for sure. I mean, there's, and you know what, that's not even the beginning of the list. And that list is a pretty thick stack of papers and numbers that just go on. I can't keep all these nuts separate. Well, does he think Israel did 9/11, or is it the other guy? I don't know. It could be him, it could be some other dudes. It could be a mixture of all of them. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them out there that think that. I mean, I don't think Israel did 9/11. That's just definitely dumb. That's like, like, I just find it funny how there are people out there that literally point everything to the Jews. It's like, Podesta, Jones loves Israel. Are we in a Q mood now? I don't know. But anyway, like, I find that just funny because it's like, New Right loves Israel. Yeah, I mean, well, I know the alt-right at least hates, at least a good portion of them hates them, and the New Right. I can't keep up with these many right-leaning movements. There's so many. There's the alt-right, there's the alt-light, there's the New Right now, there's that thing that Sargon tried to start that failed miserably, the liberalist. I don't know what that was. I don't really know what that was. I was so confused with that. I saw his announcement video for it, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm just like, what? I mean, I can't keep track, dude. I just can't. Alt-right, New Right are different things. I can't, like I said, I just can't keep track. There's like, what? There's another movement? Liberalist equal New Right. Okay, so, see, I'm confused, dude. It's like, what? Like both of these dichotomies have just are in like this identity crisis. Like both sides, like the left and the right, are having an identity crisis simultaneously at the same time, and it's kind of funny to watch both sides have it, because both sides claim to have it on lock. They're like, we got our stuff on lock. But, and they, you know, and they point out how the other one's in a clusterfuck, but then, yeah, you see, but when you look at them, they're both in the same situation. It's just that they think that they themselves are like on lock, depending on what side they're on, and they just blame the other. It's like, I just sit here behind both of them, you know, just in my own little bubble. I'm like, you both are just in an identity critical bullshit. I don't even know what you're doing. Rubin, Sargon, Jones, Shapiro, New Right, Spencer, Gappy, Falk, Taylor, alt-right. Okay. Well, at least that gives, well, I mean, I knew Spencer and Gappy and, Falk were, I don't know who Taylor is, but I know, at least those guys were alt-right. Rubin, Jones, Sargon, Shapiro, I mean, they're New Right. Or I guess they just are right, or at least, like, I mean, at least with, like, Rubin, he just seems like a really schlobby, like, libertarian. Is she? Wish-wash Irandist, like, dude, and it's just like, he's so vague, and it's just like, I agree with that. And, yeah, I agree. Dave Rubin is a sellout, yeah. Like, honestly, I don't even think he really even believes the ideology he pushes. I think he just does it because it makes him bank. Fuck Dave Rubin. Rubin is an inhuman shill. Yeah, like, I actually just really don't think he believes what he says. I just think he knows that the people that give him money like what he says, and when he says that stuff, and he just continues to say it, and he knows that he gets good ratings when he brings the people he brings on, like Jordan Peterson or whoever the fuck he brings on or whatever, and he knows that makes him money. That's all he wants. I mean, which there are many sellouts today. That's true, dude. With considering that there are so many, it does make it a little easier to pick them out, because at least now you can kind of see characteristics in a sellout, and you can kind of tell who it, and then at least you can kind of give an idea of who could be and who couldn't be a sellout, like who's more honest and who's trying to, you know, swindle you. I mean, because there's so many, I mean, they have characteristics that they all have similarities to. One thing that everyone knows,
about the
and everyone
information you gave us about Hammer.
can definitely agree with is they all want the money.
Now, once again,
The only thing is that Rubin and Shapiro will allow the migrant scout workers in America if it meant an extra 1% in GDP.
Hammer and Smack.
Oh, I bet,
Okay,
dude.
this is what we got.
More money is more important than
The
truth,
Chinese
honesty,
appear to
American
have
way,
managed
like it used to
hack
be.
into the Joint Projects Command at DARPA through the New Mexico Solar
Rubin and Shapiro
Observatory.
know that we need immigration so the Cokes can have
This
cheap labor.
observatory is linked by an
Yeah.
intranet with various
Yeah, like,
projects, including but not limited to
like
Hammer, and
like they always complain about they're stealing our hard-earning jobs. It's like, all right, do you want to raise your child to be a hard-working fruit picker? Like, I mean, I don't think everyone's dream is to be a fruit picker. So to have like some migration, you know, where they take those jobs that most of us Americans probably don't want because they're like, ugh, picking fruit all day, ugh, so tedious, you know, like, I mean, come on, I mean, look at society. We're not going to do it. Americans' wages are lowering. Yeah, I've noticed that actually. I've been keeping close eyes at least because there were some suspicious things I've noticed about the wages around here. So I can't really, like, I can't say really if it's like lowered or not, but minimum wage looks like it actually did drop instead of increase. But my wages haven't dropped, or at least not that I've noticed. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna get my check tomorrow, so I'll just look at it. It's lowering because of migrants. No American's gonna pick fruit for $7 an hour. Exactly. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it for like $20 an hour because they're like, if I'm gonna do this all day, I want to make sure it's freaking worth it, bro. I want my Lamborghini after this. Like, I mean, come on. Close the border, support the working class. I mean, I definitely.
Oh, I hope I didn't break it.
Oh, I heard that.
So are we watching a
What down there?
happen right now? I mean, when you have a hurricane heading for the East Coast and now another one is heading for Hong Kong?
Right.
This one 160
there.
mile an hour winds?
Oh, there is a.
Right now, we don't know how
Hold up.
or when this hurricane will gain more strength or if it will gain more strength.
Oh, I'm just trying to be cautious here. Okay.
And why the observatory is shut
Okay,
down.
so the resin inside here somehow broke the fall enough to where it did break, but it could have been a lot worse but the resin straight up like helped keep it together so it didn't straight up shatter. So you could probably put it back together. I mean, you could pick the resin out of it if you want it. Look how resiny this shit is, guys. Look at that. I mean, here, let me take off this filter so maybe you can actually see it. Look at that shit. Gross, dude. Gross. I mean, I'm sure that will get you, messed up. Hella, but I mean, it can still work. Let me see it here. Let me just look at this.
That costs you hard-earned money on one end while leaving you vulnerable and exposed on the other. That's where my friend and his group of small business insurance specialists at BizNet Insurance come in. They'll review your insurance policy, improve your coverage.
I literally can't see through this.
Insurance. Find them at BISNETT. That's biznet.com. And
Those are pictures.
child has unique
Yeah.
learning needs.
Yeah.
But in Oregon, the school, teachers, and support
I'm sure that's what it looks like you were trying to do, but
our kids' future shouldn't
it looks like you can, but there's this, like, where the crack met at the very top, there's like a very minute little hole that would be poking through, so you might just want to be careful.
Starting at 6 p.m. The event will be streamed
But
on Facebook, so you can join the discussion.
I don't know.
I'll look at it.
Yeah. Might just need, like, I mean, you could do it. I mean, hey, like, remember that, like, you could probably just get tape and do it like this, with this bowl.
Go to bloodworkslivesstudio.com, sign up to donate.
See it like this? You probably just do that with it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, just tape it around it. Just make it a little bit more secure and fat.
Blood drive of your own. Get some very special perks, and everyone who donates blood at your blood drive will get a pass for a future show in the Bloodworks Live studio.
I know a Mexican friend from my school. He's a foreman in his family's vegetable farm. He makes decent money, but the field hands make peanuts. Oh yeah, because he's a foreman, so of course he has a little bit of management over him. We need bongs made from plastic acrylic. Make a bowl piece out of glass. The silver lining to breaking a bong is going to the nicest head shop in town afterwards and splurging. Yeah, anyway, that's true. I mean, you want to find the right piece, though, and make sure you get the good price for it. I mean, you don't want to just go splurging for the hell of it. I got a bong if he needs one. Ain't getting any use here.
It'll work.
Well, I mean, the bong, it's fine. It's the bowl. Like, it's the bowl. It's not the bong itself. The bong is fine. The bong, it needs cleaning, but it's fine. That's it. I mean, I made sure mine was cleaned out and washed earlier. Put my glasses back on. Alright, everything's all good. Back to Dream.
Hit the KXL app for all the latest news, traffic, and weather updates. Enter contests. Check out the website, Facebook page, and Twitter feed. All in one convenient location. Download it now at KXL.
Speaking of splurging, I'm gonna splurge on this.
This is Ground Zero.
Oh shit.
FM News 101.
Tennessee, I'm
How you doing? I talked to you a little bit last night, but I told your call screener about how on a local news channel here, I haven't heard no more about it. Since then, they had reported that FEMA was concerned about coal ash and tick farms, and I believe they said South Carolina, that if the floodwaters got into that it would spread it into thousands of neighborhoods.
Joe Malloy did too much coke in his 70s and his pecker popped off.
No one would be able to go back into those areas because of the contamination from, I guess, the pig waste where they put it in some kind of fat.
Filters, smelters.
And the floodwaters get it, and then the winds push it. And I was thinking about what you said about the weather manipulation.
Funny, Carl.
About a year ago, I called.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Funny, Carl. Funny.
Suicide bombers.
Whoa, suicide bombers, bro.
What a better way than
it's the suicide bombers.
In the atmosphere and had the winds of the hurricanes.
You want to come verify?
I never heard
oh shit, counter roast, dude. Oh, you want to come verify that? You want to verify that pecker?
Something like this has to be.
You want to verify the pecker?
It has to be made to look like an accident, meaning that the scarcity and the famine has to take
kind of wish my hat was there still.
To bring about population control. If this is going to be a biological disaster,
it's nice that
everyone because of the hurricane,
we at least got like some, like we actually got like lightning and thunder too. It's pretty dope today. When it came to the weather, at least.
What we're hearing.
Every day at 4, Malloy would head into the Skid Row area of Philly and pay a homeless boy in a coke to toke his pecker while he freebases a crack rock. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, that definitely goes against his narc character that we've built up all these months so far. Maybe that's why, maybe that's... I could keep going. What the fuck?
Something biological where human people,
damn, son.
Human beings would be harmed.
Got any more?
That it would be enough to create
I don't know if that's a challenge or a bluff.
A lot of people starving, a lot of people needing food.
Well, I guess a challenge is kind of like calling a bluff a little bit.
In times
of
famine, and
like
so this was the schedule. This is what they're scheduling as a famine event.
Okay. Like I don't know if that was like a threat or a challenge. Or a threatening challenge.
It is what they said in the project for the new American
could have been both.
They said what we use is we use
he ain't responded yet. He's brewing something up. He's brewing something. What we got? Soon you'll need scuba gear scuba gear. See if I come help you. Oh damn. Now it sounds like a proposal. Sounds like a proposition now. Okay, that wasn't a threatening challenge at all. That was a proposition. After Specker shriveled up and fell off, he would eat out of dumpsters, have homeless people, so he would get diarrhea. So he was supposed to massage his prostate and give him a boner. What the fuck? What? That.
Well, you wouldn't need a bomb, but see, that's the thing.
I don't even know what to say to that. What the fuck?
All you need is a good
Oh, hell yeah.
All you need is to have someone behind in a seat.
Nothing's gonna happen. I'll just be at work that day.
Or something that
Oh shit.
That could spread a major disease and
Damn.
carry it on an aircraft and infect everybody. And
Oh shit, wow, my phone is at 1% now after like an hour and a half. Damn. Wow. My phone's actually been holding up strong today. Gonna have to give it props. It might die randomly anyway, but still. Nice, thank you technology. Wow. Turned around for me today. Watch it just die right after I say this. Just jinx it all. Damn, we were just getting started. I know, right? We're just getting started with the roasts. I'll just charge my battery up. I'll probably make some food and probably come back for another hour and a half. I mean, I got nothing better to do. But it's not at this moment. Actually, there's a few things I could think of doing while my phone charges, so I can make sure. As soon as Specker started turning greenish black, a bubble formed on the end of a maggot inside. Oh, that hurts. Oh god, that hurts. Yeah. Oh god, okay. Too far. Okay. Just getting started. Okay, now we can end it. Oh god. Oh. Ah, dude. Oh. You want to verify? You want to verify that? Do you have leaked photos that you got from WikiLeaks on that, dude? Did you hook up with Julian Assange to find that and verify that information? Oh. Man. Wow. Ooh. Brutal. That's what I can't say. It's just brutal. Ooh. Painful. Very painful. This guy at MC's after shooting heroin in his groin. That was pretty on point. Truck honk as I react. I know I say it out of love. Exactly. It's all about, at the end, no thanks, it's all on the National Geographic. There's a documentary on National Geographic on this. Damn, I didn't. Damn. You want to make sure the story was heard, Joe. You want to make sure that your story was heard. You put that on National Geographic. Damn. Heard Rush Limbaugh claim the hurricane is a hoax for a second time and proceeded to flee Florida for South Carolina. Dude, Rush Limbaugh's claimed that every hurricane so far has been a hoax every time, and that fat blithering thumb of a maggot of a man has yet to be correct. So I don't think he's right this time, and I don't think he's gonna be right the next time a hurricane starts plopping through mainland Florida and Southland, and he's like, nope, it ain't happening, nope, that's a hoax. He's like a poser. Dude, he's the reject Alex Jones. He had his time, and then he became he literally became a nobody. After the 90s, as soon as 2000 hit along, he became a nobody. Now he's just an obscure radio host that has 8 followers that obscurely follow him from random outback places in Alabama or some shit, dude.
Have been declared there, as well as in Georgia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., all thanks to Hurricane Florence.
I remember the Limbaugh's finest days. Yeah, I think the last time he got public attention was he was interviewed on CNN or something, and he stormed off like a little bitch. I used to watch. Whoa! No, that was just his glass bottle. I'll just move it over here so it's not by my foot.
and up some
Kind of went off the deeper end of the deep end after that. Actually, I think it might have been Glenn Beck that was on CNN and stormed off like a little bitch because he was questioned on something. I mean, there's actually been like a few now, like at least like 3 or 4 conservatives like that have gone on mainstream media then just stormed off randomly. And it's just like, wow, you kind of look like a little bitch. It's just like, damn, you just storm off. CNN, oh, fake news. I mean, I don't remember exactly what they were talking about, but I remember Glenn Beck. I mean, I think Rush Limbaugh made an appearance at one point too. I mean, and they just literally stormed off for some reason because they were being pushed too hard with questions or something, and they're like, I don't like it, just bring off these separate questions and just storm off, and they're like, okay, wow, triggered much? I mean, I know Glenn Beck for sure has. I actually remember a clip recently of him. I just don't know if Rush had his time. I know there's like one random obscure right-wing radio host that was debating some person. I think it was on CNN or MSNBC. I forgot. I don't care. And he stormed off because he didn't like the question or whatever. And the other person was, and the host was like, okay, well, I'm just going to fill in for this person now, I guess, and because he left. Lars Larson? No, it was some other dude. I don't even know what his name was, but it definitely wasn't Lars. Like, I recognize Lars' voice. I don't know what he looks like, but I'd recognize his voice. But it definitely wasn't him. It was like some weird bald-headed thumb of a man that, like, had this weird snobbish, like, voice that was just annoying. But I mean, he definitely wasn't Lars at all. Looks like Alex Jones. He looked like Alex Jones if he became a fucking nerd and was a geek, but, like, tried to get political. Like, that's what this guy looked like. I mean, I don't know what else to really say, but that's the best description. No, Lars looks like Alex Jones. Fat man, baby. Really? He does? Oh, shit. Well, alright. Well, he didn't... Well, the guy did look like that, but it definitely wasn't him. His name wasn't Lars at all. So, I don't know what... I think it was, like, Mike or something like that. I don't know what his name was, but it definitely... he was, like, from, like, Wisconsin or some shit. It was, like, one of those obscure radio hosts that no one knows about. Like, that obscure. It's, like, some random state. I forgot that much, but I know that happened. Like, I think I was actually on HLN now that I'm remembering it more. I saw Kyle Kalinske respond to it because he thought it was hilarious, because it is. Speaking of Lars. Yeah, speaking of Lars, he's, you know, shilling an ad. Eat black man's shitty ass. No thanks. That sounds... cutting nigger's dick. Well, I mean, I don't gotta do that. I mean, if I had to, at that point, I might as well end streams because my phone's about to die anyway. I think I hear him in the background. He is. He's... yeah. Yeah, he was shilling an ad. I mean, like, in the middle of the day, like, half the ads that pop up is shilled by Lars. That's how he gets his money. Sponsors all these companies and shit. Some of them are local, but a lot of them are big corps, so... And a lot of them are also gun companies, too. And it's just like, well, we know where he gets his money, but... whatever. I mean, it's kind of typical, I mean, considering what he says on the radio, so it's just like, whatever. I mean, it's just knowing who he is. So whatever. I prefer Clyde a lot more, because you'll hear him sponsor things every now and then, but it's far less common. Right on cue. Do you run into SJW hordes in college? Like, does Sarkeesian count as an SJW? Yes. Yeah. And I do not. I mean, I get hints of it, and I know it's around, but it's not, like, pushed. It's not pushed, and it's not, like, forced upon everybody on site. Like, it's mainly, like, groups and non-profit organizations that kind of come in, and they're all, like, hey, what's up, you know, here's a flyer, you know, here's our thing, you know, what's up. So, I mean, we get that a lot, but no one, like, straight up, like, speaks or anything. Like, we don't have, like, I think we, like, have auditoriums, but I don't know where they all are at, really, because I don't go to them. But she does cause any trouble. She just has public talk, debate thing. Oh my god, wait, you have Anita Sarkeesian come to your college, dude? Wait. Are you not fucking around, Stefan? You have Anita Sarkeesian yearly come to your college. Are you serious? I think yearly. Next time she comes, you have to send me a date, because, oh my god. I need to see this, dude. I always see flyers for it. Oh my god, wow. Dude, I don't know if you know much about Anita Sarkeesian, but oh my god. It's usually in November. I could probably make a plan for that someday. Because I knew nothing about her. Or know nothing about her. Oh man. I mean, I can't begin to explain in like a very short period before her phone dies randomly, unexpectedly, and I don't know when. But Jimmy just basically summed it up. Men bad Anita Sarkeesian. Someone should tell Anita that her atheism is a hate crime. What? Honestly, like, her, like, feminist speech is, like, might as well be a fucking hate crime, considering it's basically anti-man. It's like, you're a man, well, you are hateful, and you are an inferior. It's like, okay. Whoa. It's like, whoa. You're basically like, I like I said, I don't know even where to begin, because she is like, she's definitely like a sellout, because she will do all these GoFundMes, but for these projects and shit, and these pilot series that she wants to start, but she'll do like an episode of it, and then for like months on end, it would just never happen. Just nothing. And people would get scammed, like overall, like these GoFundMes would get like 10K or 15K or 20K, depending, you know, how much, you know, is shilled out of people. And, you know, these projects never really come out of any fruition, and it's just like where the money goes, like, I kind of pocket it. And if you say anything, you're a misogynist, and you hate women. You sexist! Sexist! Here's a link to one. Oh shit. What if a van crashes on the way to the speech? I wouldn't feel any empathy. Nor would I feel any apathy either. I'd just be neutral. I'd be like, well, she died. Or she got seriously injured. I feel bad for everybody in there. Kind of. Just like, that's about it. I feel bad for the person driving, but he was an idiot for driving because he crashed the thing. Oh, people make recoveries if they lived, if they died, oh well.
I got an echo. Were you calling? Are you somewhere where we're getting an echo?
Oh, we're getting the replay of that weird, confusing interview that was earlier in the stream. Like, I'm still really confused about it, but it's just, it's really vague in the voice modulator, and it's confusing, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't really hold up. I feel like there's sometimes, because I know people do this, like, people call up and will troll, you know, like some of these, like, shows, maybe not just specific to Clyde, but people will, like, troll these shows and stuff, and sometimes they do it with voice modulators, and it'll seem like they're legit, and, oh, now my phone died, but whatever, but, and then but still, and then